How are you guys doing? This is Jesse Wello from Wello's World Fishing, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the 10,000 fish Sukoshi Bug by the Catch Company. This package in particular that I'm going to be using, or that I'm reviewing, is for the PB&J color. It's a 6-pack that I got from them, and I'm just going to kind of go over you know, what it is, where I got them. I'll leave links in the description below for most of the items that I'm going to be talking about, but I just kind of wanted to start giving some reviews on some of the items that I use on my channel, so that you guys can, you know, see what I'm using and maybe go out and catch some fish as well. So the first thing, like I said, these are the 10,000 fish Sukoshi Bugs. They're the 2.5-inch size. This is the PB&J color specifically. They put their colors kind of on the barcode there. Not sure if you can read that real well, but their colors are always on the barcode right here. This is, again, the PB&J peanut butter and jelly. They're kind of a purplish color with a lighter underbelly, and I'll open it up here in just a second so you guys can kind of see where what that looks like. Where can you get these? I got these specific ones at shopcarls.com, and they were $3.70 for a pack of 6 if you're a member at Shop Carls. If you're not a member, they're going to run you about $5.29 without the membership. So I think that's a pretty decent value once we start going through what these are capable of doing and what I've been able to do with them so far. What do you get for that $3.70 is you get this package of 6 Sukoshi Bugs. Again, they measure 2.5 inches. They're very, very similar to the Z-Man Elastec material that you see a lot of on their Neds. And like I said, this color in particular is the PB&J, kind of a darker color on the top, and it's hard to kind of see in the lighting I've got. As I make more of these videos, I'll get some better lighting, but they're a little bit lighter on the bottom. Very stretchy, very, very stretchy. They hold their shape pretty well. 10,000 fish, I think, is kind of their way of saying, hey, you can catch a lot of fish on these things without having to change them. So again, they're real similar to the elastic material for the Z-Man products. My initial thoughts on these were that I wasn't sure that it would hold up against what I consider my tried and true regular Neds. I've been using Neds for probably 2 years or so, and I was very concerned that these may not be as good or hold up as well. Thankfully, I was very wrong. These Neds in particular, or these Sukoshi Bugs, I fish them by putting them on a 1/6-ounce Ned jig, and I pair that with 10 pounds of Cast King Superpower braided line with an 8-pound fluorocarbon leader, and I'll put the links to the actual line that I use below. But they cast real well. They do really good. The action in the water is outstanding. Very, very similar to what I was getting on my regular Neds. How I fish these is I place these bugs on the Ned head with the dark side up. I use a small drop of super glue right here on the base, and I put that up against the head of the Ned rig, and what that does is it just stops the bait from sliding down the shank, and it works really well. Once I fish these, I let the bait hit the bottom, and then I kind of slowly pop the bait off the top while I retrieve it. And so you can kind of tell just by looking at it here that it's going to kind of wiggle a little bit, and these little tentacle things here, little fingers, catch the fish's attention. These really work. I caught and continue to catch a lot of fish with this bait. The bug itself, the Sukoshi Bug itself, lasts through multiple fish before needing to be replaced, and the only time I'm actually having to change it out is when I get hung up on something or I've lost a lure because it was destroyed by a tree or something like that, is when I'm needing to replace it. But so far, based off of just catching fish, I have not had to replace any of these baits, mainly off of just that. Like I said, these really hold up well. I've caught dinks all the way up to 3-pounders on this same rig here. Everyone that I've let use this bait has also been able to catch at least a dink on it. It's really effective. It's very easy to fish. It's just a really good bait for the Ned rig. The color combos that I've used so far from this brand are the PB&J and the Coffee Craw. The Coffee Craw I have not used near as much. I haven't had as much luck as I have with this PB&J. I've had really good luck with this PB&J. I don't know whether it's because the fish aren't used to seeing this, or the areas that I'm just fishing, you know, this seems to work better for them, but this bait really holds up well for that. I would really highly recommend using these baits. It's become my go-to bait for this summer so far. I was a big fan of Z-Man and Guggen Neds, and I still am, but these just seem to work better. The Guggen baits in particular, no offense Guggen, but I can catch 1 or 2 fish and they crack in half, and the Ned's essentially done at that point, and I'm paying $6 for a pack of, you know, 6 or 7, I think maybe 6 or 8, I can't remember how many come in the Guggen baits, but on one fishing trip, I'm basically losing $7 because I will go through all those baits, whether I lose the lure or whether I catch fish and they destroy the lure. I'm losing them. These, they're lasting me quite a while. This is the second box of the Sukoshi Bugs that I have bought, and like I said, honestly, half of them I lost either because the line broke or something else like that has happened, but I have not lost one of these yet to a fish as far as them destroying it or anything. So I really recommend these. They just seem to work a little bit better. The Z-Mans are great. I'm still a big fan of the Z-Man. But this profile seems to work really well, and I like the profile of it. I would highly recommend this bait to anybody that's interested, and I'm definitely going to continue to use it in the future. That is 100% for sure. So anyway, just a real quick review of what I consider to be one of my top baits so far this summer for 2021, and that has been the Sukoshi Bug, 10,000 fish Sukoshi Bug PB&J. Again, I will leave the links to most of the items that I talked about in the description. If you have any questions about how I fish this rig in particular, how I hook it up, or anything else, please make sure to leave those questions in the comments. Remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you'll know whenever I get some new videos up. This is the first review video that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a couple more reviews of different lines, more lures that I use. I'm probably going to do like a top 5 lures that I've used so far. Just something, you know, with the heat going on, it's getting a little harder to go out and fish during the day. You know, heat index is up into the lower hundreds. That just tends to get really warm. So hopefully these will be educational, they'll be informative, and somebody will get something out of them. Again, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Look for us on Twitter at Wello's World. We've got a new Facebook page up. It's Wello's World Fishing. We're on Instagram at Wello's World. We also have a Tumblr, which is at Wello's World Fishing, and obviously our YouTube channel. So I appreciate everyone, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye.